Kings Club Baccarat for the professional player and for the side hustler. How you make an income for life. We are gradually getting there. We're taking it one step at a time. We don't know the timeline because the timeline ends when we have exactly the ultimate that we're seeking. We take another step tonight. I'm glad you're here. We'll let the kingdom file in, and then any strangers that come in as well, we'll be looking for them. And I'll address you as you come in and welcome you to being part of the platform. For the professional Baccarat player, I'll be starting with a shuffle. You can see the cut card up there. So we'll play with a new deck, roughly 8 decks. I don't know how deep the cut will be, but there'll be roughly 8 decks, 400, 405 cards, something like that. And Frank is in the building. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Good evening. Professional Baccarat here. One more step forward tonight. This is a giant leap for man, but it's a small little leap for mankind tonight. But it is a leap forward, and we're going to take a look at it and see how we're doing. Chuck Ritter is in, and Chuck has done hard work today, gave me a lot of homework to do, and he's exactly what I like when he does that, because I got a lot of things I can go over. Haven't been able to get to it yet, but it is sitting there on my phone and ready for me to open it and get after it. And what we're going to do tonight is going to lead me back to those big roads where I'll be testing with those big roads exactly what I'm trying to do tonight. And this is one more step forward that we're not sure if it's a step forward and 2 steps back, or if it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. We're not sure about it, but we're going to be looking at it as we go, and I'll be explaining it also. That, of course, we all know everything is about the bet, so the bet's going to be key here. And I'm not sure if this is the bet that we're going to end up with, but I'm going to show you how we're going to get started with this. So, Chuck, thank you. King Alan Wander, welcome. Gil Rary, Trish Graves is in the house. Always nice. Thank you so much. Unseasonably cool weather today. Fantastic Indiana day, 75 degrees in August. You can't beat that, man. Just can't beat it. It was move-in day at Indiana University campus, so it was grid-like pretty much all over town as everybody tried to get their freshman children. Young adults, we would say, but they behave like children still because 18 isn't what it used to be. At 18, we used to go to war in free countries around the world and spread the democracy of the United States of America. And at 18 today, we go to a college with mom and dad's Visa card in our pocket, and we try to figure out, will our fake ID work in the bar? And if things go wrong, we go home and live with mommy and daddy, and that's the way it works today. So it's just a little bit different. And I can't really complain about it because it's kind of the same way it worked with my kids when they went to Indiana University. So what am I complaining about? I'm as much part of the problem as the rest of the parents are. Kevin, hey, buddy. Good evening. Let's get started with 21 people in the house. We're going to shuffle here. So I've been looking at this as a flat bet. And maybe, okay, I'll go ahead and do it as a flat bet tonight. And then we'll talk about do we Dell and Barrett. But I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to play a 2 deep chop. We're going to try to chop 1 player and 2 players, and that's as far as we're going to go. And we're going to play it flat betting. And the whole thing about this is we actually just want to win 1 bet. If we win 1 bet, that's enough. At the end of the session, call it a night. So one of the secrets to the algorithm is we don't have to be at the table a long time if we can catch the 1 winner. Now, you can start it like Chuck was started with the baseball bet on the banker, because the banker does win 1 out of the first 3 hands 90% of the time. It's almost the same as our Major League Baseball bet, the reliability of it. It does have the 10% fail point. The baseball bet we use in baseball has a 6% fail mark, but the betting the bank 3 times of opening the shoe does have a 10% fail rate. And when it fails, it's really hard on you. That's also one of the things that we've been working on. We found all kind of ways that you win all the time, 85%, 90% of the time. But our goal is 100%. And that's really the challenge, is not winning most of the time. The challenge is winning all of the time. And that's what's giving us the problem now. As Chuck pointed out last night, with what I'm playing on chopping with the banker, chopping the player with the banker bet, it works all the time. But there will come a time that there will be 5, 6 straight player wins, followed by 5, 6 straight player wins. And when that happens, you're down 4 bets, you lose anything else, and you're down 5. And when you start getting that far down, it's hard to come back, particularly if it raises its head one more time, and that's you. And so we've got to figure out a way to get around that kind of, as we call it, the unicorn running across the field. That's always out there. The planets can align against you. And if they do, you're going to lose that night. And we don't want you to lose that night. So let's look at it now. We're trying to win one bet only. So we got a no bet here. I want to get a player win. And that's a banker win. So Chuck would have already won his money and gone home. That's all we want is one win. We're playing four $100 units tonight, so that's $400 as the goal. That would have been a $380 win, close enough to go. Mike Steinfeld and Bill Latta, how you guys doing? So we're looking for a player win, and I am going to flat bet this tonight, just to see how it goes. And I'm at you can forget the 2 million. I'm at 731,000, so we're trying to get right at 732,000 if we can. I think Chuck's won the first 3. There you go, Chuck's 3 for 3. That's Pete Rose numbers there. So there's a player win. So we're going to bet $400 on the banker here. All we're looking to do is win one bet. Let's see if we can get it or not. It reduced to 0, so we did not get it. So now we're going to play one more bet, and we're going to play it at $800. No, we're playing at $400. I'm staying there. I'm flat betting tonight. All right, so we are down $20. That's where we are. But we did not, Martingale, we did not D'Alembert. We flat betted $400 2 times. We won 1 out of 2 hands, and I don't know. Yeah, that's all right. I know where we are. So now we got to look for another player winner, and we are flat betting. Hey, Joe Gorecki. Banker's hot tonight. We should just be playing the banker all the way through. We've been long gone. Well, we've been gone anyway, but we lost 1 hand, then we won 1. So we're down $20, and we're trying to win our third hand. If we can get a player win. Flat betting tonight. Back-to-back push. And with that win, we're going to bet $400 on the banker. Trying to chop this player win. So there it is. We didn't D'Alembert. We didn't Martingale. We didn't do anything except flat bet it. We flat betted that we'd beat the player on 1 win. And if we lost that one, we would just simply repeat the flat bet and we would win it again. So this keeps you from digging the hole. We didn't go from 400 to 800, stand a chance of losing, go to 1200, stand a chance of losing, go to 1600. We would have simply just repeated our bet each time. And that's what we did. Let's give it one more chance. I'd say I'll tempt fate. I'm going to give it one more chance here. You can see that we're up $360. So that was the $400 minus the commissions that we won on 2 times. So we're going to have one more time, and we'll see can we win it one more time. Since we're flat betting and know that all we got to do is get 1 win. All we have to do is have 1 more win than we have losses, and we're good to go. We finished up. We have our money. We didn't risk the money that we would have Martingaling and D'Alembert up the scale. Now, you can win it. You can come back from being down a lot faster, but I don't care if we went down in this. I'm still going to believe that the banker is eventually going to prevail and get us 1 hand ahead. And we're going to find out in the lab, will that work or not? Hey, Richard, good evening. So we want to get a player win to try 1 more session. And there it is. So here we go. We're going to try the banker 1 more time to chop this player. We'll take a look at it so you can see. So we've got what do we got? Eight. We got 10 bankers up there against 4 players, and we're betting that a banker's going to come up again right now. That's what we're betting. So here we go, $400 on the banker, and here is the deal. And a push 99. Rebet it. Oh man, what a bad break that was, huh? We had to push and he reduced it back down to 0. Okay, so we're going to bet $400 again on the banker. Now we're talking. Now we've lost $800, and we lost the first bet and the second bet. So now we've got to chop it back over and then chop it back to the player, but the bet is still going to be $400. I don't have my pen going, so I might get some things wrong here, but that's all right. You guys know this is for instructive purposes. There it is. So here's the $400 bet on the banker, trying to chop that player win. And we'll repeat it. So we got a nice losing streak going. And continuing to go. But I told you this was the third session, so we knew where we were going to be. So we were just going to try it because of the instructive nature of what we're doing. I want us to look at flat betting. We always know we can go to D'Alembert whenever we want. I think that's a streaking player right there. Yeah, 4 times. So we got to get it chopped over and chopped back. Mark Myers, hey buddy, and IOC 1225. Welcome. I don't think we still don't have a bet. We're streaking with the player now. I'm going to flat bet this thing out. That's where it gets to be fun. Let's just see how it goes. Right now, we've got a good long streak of player wins. The player is leveling the playing field after getting beat up for a while. Now we got 1 banker. Two bankers. This is the back and forth streak that we talk about. So there's a player win. We're going to bet $400 because that's what we're doing with flat betting. We're not taking anything up, leaving it where it is. And another 4 because we played 2 times. Long losing streak now. Finally got a win. So that takes us back to we're down quite a bit. But we're not going to change the bet. So what we got there? We got 1 player win, so we're going to go $400 on the banker. And repeat the bet. And caught a win there. So now we got no bet coming. And I think that's 1 player. There it is. So we'll go to 400 on the banker right now. And we got a couple of wins. So we are still down though because we lost so many in a row. which is going to let me. I'm going to continue to play. I know you guys get the feel for it, and you can test it on your own. So this is going to be another single player. That was a nice long streak right there, bet player bet winner. So here's $400 on the banker. Try it one more time. Now that's a streak right there of 2. Banker chopped it. We got to bet $400 on the banker. Just once again proving how important the bet is that this staying static with the same bet keeps you from running up into a large number, but it also gives you a difficult time to recover. So we got to strike a balance between what are we going to use for the bet and what are we going to use for the selection. But we're on to something here that I'm certain is something we can work with. It's just a matter of fine tuning it all the way down, and I've got the people here. So Chuck, you guys see what Chuck said there. Chuck played a complete shoe at $25 and won today, so $300. So that was a 12 hand win, and that's the kind of thing that can happen. But the thing that will happen is you're not going to dig that deep of a hole, and so I got to figure out what we're going to do with the bet on this. But let's go ahead and because you can see here. In any time you have 3 players in a row, you lost both hands. Anytime you have 2, you won the last one. Anytime you have 1, you won it. So we won the second hand there. We won the first hand there. We lost 2 there. We lost 2 there. We went 1 and 1 there. 1 and 1 there. We won that one. We lost 2 there, and then we've won. And now we're going to try again. So it's easy to see where you are. We got a $400 bet. Trying to get a banker win. They do it. Repeat the bet. Didn't do it. So this is definitely a tough shoe on trying to play the first and the second one. But I can assure you that if we'd been Dell and Baring, you would see that the amount of money would be very different. Gil Rary's talking to Chuck there. I like that. So single there. So we go $400 on the banker. And repeat the bet. And winning that second bet, it really doesn't do you that much good. It does recover your money for this one particular session, or one particular sequence rather. Just flat betted today, Chuck did. I'm going to play this shoe out, and we'll just accept where we are because this was an instructive night anyway. We're still going to figure out where we're going with this because I know that we're in the right place. And repeat the bet. Losses. Going to run the shoe out. And I've got some closing remarks for you tonight. Got a nice email this afternoon from a friend that's been with us for a while. I wanted to talk about it. So I think we have another attempt here. There we go. And there's a win. And we have another try. And try. $79 cards left. And a streaking player. So this shoe started out banker strong and then it's finished player strong the rest of the way. Let's see if we can get one more bet in here. Maybe two. We can here, $400. And there's one for us. Let's see if we can get one more bet in here. And there it is. 47 cards left. Oops. And there's a win. We bet on one player, and if we lose, we bet on the second player, but we never change the bet. We're seeing what flat betting will do. And it really doesn't matter how long you're at the table. If you're trying just to simply get ahead one win, because that's all you want is one, you can last out a long time flat betting because you're not raising your bet any. And of course, the way the first two sequences are, we won and we would already be out. This wouldn't be happening to us because we would already be out. We won the first two sequences. Oh, there's the money out. Okay. Well, that's all right. So you get the feel for it. We'll come back and we'll play it some more. I'm going to continue to experiment, but this is the way we're doing it. We're going to be playing banker to chop the player, and we're not sure how deep we're going to go with it. We're not sure what we're going to use for the exact bet, and but the whole point is to get one win and be done, just like we did tonight. So for anybody who's watching, we did win the first sequence. We did win the second sequence. The third sequence we did not win. And if we even went back and tried to look at it like this, if I said through the course of the shoe, now it doesn't matter the course of the shoe that much because we're only playing the first two hands, but in the course of the shoe, there were 8, 10, 11, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, there were 31 bankers and players. There were, I believe it was much heavier tonight in the player, but 3, 4, 9, 10, 13, 15, 18, 19, 22, 23, 25, 27, 30, 33, 35, 38, 39, 40, 41 players. So in this particular shoe, the player carried the day much better. But we would have kept playing, and eventually I believe we would have prevailed. We would have gotten up one particular bet and won it. And I might do it one night to where I play as many hands as it takes. I mean, I play 4 or 5 shoes. I don't care, because you're never going to get a huge bet. You're never going to find yourself down $6,000 or something like that. So that's how we're going to do it. I wanted to tell you, I heard something from a guy from Kansas City today that's been with us for a long time. His name is Steve. He goes by the name of KC Steve. And KC Steve is one of the guys that is very, very important to our nation. You might not think much about it when you're out there driving and you see that semi pass by, but that semi passing by is actually what feeds our nation. It clothes our nation. It gives us our cars. Everything that we use in life at some point was in a trailer behind a semi. Everything. And that's what makes these drivers out there driving these rigs so important to us. So let me share a little bit with you what I know about these guys. And I thank KC Steve for his email today. It was a wonderful story of things that has been going on in his life and the ways the kingdom has impacted him. And it just means so much. But these guys, they drive a truck that's about 17 feet long from the nose of the truck to the trailer itself. And then the trailer is a 53-foot long trailer that he's pulling. So that means you've got 70 feet entirely from the nose to the tail of the trailer, and the whole thing weighs about 80,000 pounds when the trailer is loaded to its capacity. Truck, trailer, and load comes to about 80,000 pounds. And what you may not know is the drivers of those trucks are the most abused employee in the country. There's no employee more abused than the trucker. The trucking companies, despite all of their platitudes and glad handing, no one preys on the trucker more than the trucker's company. They find out different ways to take money out of their paychecks. They find out different ways not to pay them the whole time. They find out different ways to keep them on the road and out and away from their families. They are brutal about it. And that's just the kind of thing that goes on in that business. Just the same way the IRS preys on the American citizen, trucking companies prey on the driver. And I got plenty of examples to prove the point. But you don't have to keep driving, but I'm so glad that they do, because without them, we don't have anything. And in the trucking company itself, the truck driver is actually the only one that's bringing revenue into the company. All those people that are cheating the driver, they're working back in the terminals and working at the headquarters, and they go home every night. They go use the bathroom whenever they want. They go to lunch when they're ready. They don't have to do the life of the truck driver, whose life is spent inside that truck. And it's one of the weirdest phenomena when you think about it. These guys, they eat, drink, sleep in the truck, and they're gone 24 hours a day. So really, they should be getting paid 24 hours a day for what they're doing. They shouldn't just get paid per mile. They're gone. If you thought about anybody back there in the terminal, if you told them they had to live in the terminal, they'd quit that job tomorrow. And yet they make the truck driver live that exact way. Also, one of the other things, besides being abused by their own companies, they're targeted by the state police. They're easy money. Truck drivers respect the police at every turn. State police do not respect the truck drivers. They are preying on the truck drivers with tickets for varying violations that constantly put the truck driver in bad situations. The truck driver lives and sleeps inside that truck. And then when he finally does stop and get in a truck stop for the night, hundreds of trucks in there. Inside of the terminal, there are 10 showers that those truck drivers, if they want to get freshened up for the night, they got to go shower, and they got to pay $15 to use that shower. And they got to wait in a queue, because all of them are trying to get a shower that night, and that's why many of them go several days without a shower, and they live the life that they live, the life of a nomad. So what they do is this: they move everything that we use. Everything at one time or another is in a truck. The truck driver is also a natural hero. The truck driver would help anybody at any time, anywhere. And the longer they're out there in that truck, they learn how to fix everything. They learn how to figure out any problem. They learn how to get it done. And that's one of the beauties of being the truck driver. They're like the natural white knight. And so I'm just pausing tonight to tell Casey Steve, thank you for writing to me. You're a truck driver from Kansas City, and you made some money at roulette, and now you're making a little bit of money at baccarat, and nobody's happier than the kingdom. And the kingdom respects and loves you, Steve, and we love all the truck drivers that are out there. You go out on the road for 25, 26 days at a time without seeing your families, and then you come home for 3 or 4 days, and then you go do it again. And while you're out there, you're being abused by your management and your companies, and by the state police. And so you got to dodge the police, you got to ignore the companies, and you guys do it beautifully. And the rest of America is in your debt because you guys deliver for us. It's a dangerous job. It's done in the rain, it's done in the snow, it's done in the ice, it's done in the heat. Nothing stops that truck driver from figuring out a way to deliver his product for us. And that's what keeps our economy going and keeps all of us fed and clothed the way we are. And Casey, Steve, thank you so much for emailing me today. It means a lot. And I thank you guys for listening to me, because I do know some things about it. And of course, Bill Lotta's just put 10-4. So you know what 10-4 means, right? Yeah, that's what it means. But even that, the National Trucking Day is the 4th of October, because that's the 10-4 day. And Richard, thank you very much to all of you for enduring my diatribe, but I felt compelled to do it because I do know about that type of life, and I do know how much we need the truck drivers out there by the millions delivering every day. Spending tonight, Every truck stops all around America have men and women behind those wheels, and most part they end up using the bathroom outside all the time. They don't have a bathroom with them. They don't have one. And when they get to the truck stop, like I said, they got to wait in line to try to get a shower if they can. And if they can get it, they still got to pay $15 to get it. Nothing comes easy to the truck driver. They're the hardiest group. I'm telling you, they're all American. I don't care where they came from. Hit that like button on the way out. Thank you, Chuck Ritter. Chuck, I'm going to get after all of your homework tonight. I appreciate it. And together, we're going to formulate exactly how we're going to do this thing to where we can make money 100% of the time. 95% of the time is not enough. I can guarantee you, Chuck Ritter sends me 20 big roads in a row, and there will be 19 of them that we made the money on. We're not satisfied. We got to have the 20th one. And one of the ways we do it is if we can find a way to flatbed it. That way we don't run up a deep hole at any time. But if it can't be flatbedded, then we're going to have to come up with the D'Alembert that's necessary, or maybe even an augmented Fibonacci, because despite it being even money, and this isn't a Fibonacci bet, you could have a Fibonacci sequence of 1, 1, 3, 5, and when at the 5, go back to the 3 rather than going back to the 1. There are ways you can do this, and so I'm looking at all kinds of ways that the bet matters. Mike Steinfeld, thank you to all of you. God bless you all. Have a great night. I'll be back with you tomorrow night, and we will be looking at all kinds of ways that we turn this full-time professional baccarat, side hustle baccarat, into what we want it to be. Nobody does what we do here at the Kingdom. I've watched them all, and more baccarat channels pop up on YouTube every day, and we all know what they are. It's a come on to get you to go to their online account, and it's a come on to try to be an influencer and get all these viewers and things. We don't want viewers. We want serious people. That's what we're doing. Love you all. Have a great night. The King will be back tomorrow night.